Alrighty, guys. So just want to let you know, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining us. Boom. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for your help. All right. Truly, truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alrighty, everybody. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, man. Everybody, my apologies for that. We lost some Wi-Fi. We got the backup generator. We're up and going. So if you guys are on the East Coast, you guys probably heard about that. If you guys are on the East Coast, you guys probably see all these rolling storms like when we just lost some Wi-Fi power, but we got it back and up and running. So we're gonna keep going. I know we killed the momentum on that. It was getting kind of hot. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for sticking with us. But what was the last thing you guys remember hearing? What was the last thing that you guys remember or were right before it cut off? So basically it's coming down to that break-even point. I'm just gonna start recapping some of the stuff that I mentioned before. A lot of contractors, when they come into contracting, they hear some phrases that other contractors always tell them to. So when it comes to contracting, there's a lot of contractors who have these myths, these tales, to freak these new guys coming in. And to this day, I don't understand why. But if you're a contractor, if you're coming in, there's so many individuals that tell you, don't lower your prices or you're going to go out of business. And I start asking them, why is that the case? Because I see companies left and right over here doing summer sales, this sale, Black Friday, Labor Day sale. Everyone's doing sales, which is lowering the price of a good, but yet no one's going out of business. So why is it all of a sudden contracting, if you lower your price, it's doomsday? Everyone starts freaking out. It's because these individuals, these contractors, I will put money on it, that they don't understand the numbers, but at the same time, these guys' numbers are so low that they personally can't go any lower because they're at their break-even point. What's that break-even point? We're gonna jump into that. And we're gonna talk about this because when you can't lower your figures, when you can't lower your numbers, when you can't lower or give someone a discount without the fear of going out of business, that just proves that you don't have your stuff in order. Because we already talked about today how you're gonna have these 4 quadrants: overhead, profit, your employee costs, as well as, other benefits or contingencies that you have within your company. So when you lower your price from 30% and give someone 10% off for this one specific job, you're just telling yourself you're not taking home 10%. So if you're charging $100 for a job, for example, and you're $30 of profit, and you say, I'm giving you 10% off, I'm only taking home 20, you still take home $20, and your business is still covered. The simple fact that individuals say don't lower your prices and use that fear tactic on you is because they don't know their own numbers. They don't understand their break-even point. So what's break-even point? It's when your total revenue is exactly equal to your total cost of business. So if it costs me $100 to stay alive, and I'm talking about no money in the bank, no saving, nothing, no rainy day, no nothing. If it costs me $100 to stay in business, and I bid a job for $100, I'm at my break-even margin. If I charge $90, I now owe somebody 10%. I'm either not paying my guy, I'm either not paying the light bill, I'm either paying for the wear and tear on the vehicle or gas, you name it. That $10 is coming out of somebody's pocket because you went below break even. Now, what should you understand as a whole? As a whole, you got to put these margins, you got to put these figures into play. You have to understand where your dollar is going, and that's broken down here. Overhead, profit, costs when it comes to employee. An individual brought up Lighthouse. how does this cover cost of goods? This is not including that. The markup that you put on your cost of goods will be divvied up into wherever you want to divvy that up, because it's a profit on top of that. Your cost of goods, this is basically, if you go to my last post that I posted like an hour ago, we talk about how to come up with your bottom rate for your employees. How do you charge, or how much should you charge for an employee? This goes over that. It has nothing to do with good. This is just the cost of business. Like, for example, if you keep your lights on, if you have a guy on the clock, if you have equipment and all that stuff, you got to meet those costs, or you got to cover those costs, even without having to buy material. So this is just specifically talking about the cost of operating your own contracting business. So everybody, I know on YouTube this is going to be broken down like into 2 parts because the video stream cut off. But for you guys on Instagram Live, I appreciate each and every one of you joining us today, understanding this. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, you think I'm full of it, you guys don't understand these figures, reach out to me. I'm more than willing to go over this with you. Not only that, but all of this is covered in our BULD association. So in our BULD association, we go over calculate the cost. What's the cost of business? Opportunity. Should I get a van? Hire an apprentice? Hire an office manager? You know, we talk about everything from the mindset. Are you the person that you need to be to have this business run for 30 years? What is costs? Just like what Lighthouse mentioned, does this cover? There's direct costs, which is materials and supplies, labor costs, subcontractors, hidden costs. We go over everything you can possibly need when it comes to your business. And on top of that, this is all covered in our master classes that we host every single month. Today we talked about our margins. If you are a contractor and you look to join BULD, we have a 7-day free trial. Free to jump in, look around, ask questions, engage with the community. We also have our blueprint to cost, blueprint to margin, understanding what your markup is, what overhead is, what's gross, what's net, what's contingency, what's break even, all these different stuff that we just went over today in this formula of 30, 30, 30. Feel free to jump in, feel free to download, feel free to take a picture of it, apply it into your own business. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, lowest common denominator, so that you guys have the tools, resources that you need. Because at the end of the day, we want to build builders, we want to build leaders. I want to be on every single job site, but I know I can't. So if you can have a little bit of us, tools, resources, whatever we can do to be a part of your journey as a contractor, as a builder in the skilled trades, we want to do that. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys joining us here today on Tuesday for our masterclass on Pricing 101. We're going to be hosting this same class again this Thursday for the ones who couldn't make it. So if you got any feedback, if you got any questions, if you want to go over things more in detail together, let's work together. Let's join BULD so we can work on it either tonight or tomorrow. And then on Thursday, if you want to take the class, feel free to jump in. But all of this is leading us into, once again, now that we understand what it costs to do business, we are officially and happy to announce that we are going to be hosting our own estimating class. So if you're in commercial, if you're in solar, if you're in smart home integration, if you're in EV renewables, if you're in just service calls, we are going to help you guys build out your own price point. We have a PDF coming out just for a short sample on pricing jobs out, the exact price point. Based off of everything that we went over today, we understand the number one factor affecting pricing when it comes to services is going to be over here, the cost of doing business, employee hours, and then everyone's overhead and labor and profit margins are all different. So we can't price according to your overhead. We can't price according to labor. So how can we make a price point? We're going to show you, and we're going to have that coming out for you guys, especially, but only BULD members get a sneak peek on that playbook, as well as getting the worksheet so they can now start doing downloads and start sending out estimates a lot quicker. So all in all, just appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm going to sit back. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the chat. If you guys want to talk more in private, feel free to send me a DM. But hope you guys have a good night. Be safe out there, everybody. Bye. Boom. Oh, so I hear. Remember Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, the joke where he said all his money's in the savings account. So he doesn't have any of the money right now. So you would have to move it, but then it's going to take 3 business days. That's what we have to do with your business. For every job you do, remember, you don't just look at your finances one time a year. Every job you send out is going to be broken down to 30, 30, 30, 10. Service calls, 30, 30, 30, 10. Projects, 30, 30, 30, 10. Whatever you're doing should be 30, 30, 30, 10, roughly, right? So let's say you do a job and you're getting a referral from someone. That 20% that you usually put into ads, you got an extra floating, so you give it to a referral fee, you give someone some kickback, right? All these stuff you can move around. Profit margins, give someone a discount. That doesn't mean your whole business for the whole year, for the last 15 years goes out of business. That freaking just doesn't make sense. So you start playing with these numbers. What do you guys think? I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good night. I'll be waiting for you guys on your DM. So send me a message. All right, guys? Be safe. Bye.